Have you ever heard the phrase, white people invented everything? Well, you are not alone. From schools to the media, we are often told that Europe and the West were the birthplaces of science, technology, and civilization itself. But is that really the truth? First, let's watch these clips and I will share my thought later. Pay attention, guys.
I am studying your can and I am looking for anything that tells me where boba came from. And where boba came from is Taiwan. You know, I started this venture company for a lot of reasons, but really primarily to uplift minority entrepreneurs. And not only do I feel like this is not happening here, but that I would be uplifting a business that is profiting off of something that feels so dear to my cultural heritage. I want to be a part of bringing boba to the masses, but not like this. So for that reason, I'm out.
I'm talking about bubble tea, that trendy sugary drink you are queued up for and you are never quite sure about its content.
Those days are over with boba. We have transformed this beloved beverage into a convenient and healthier, ready-to-drink experience. Since day one, we are disturbing this $4 billion market with 3 simple ingredients. We just launched 2 crazy innovations, including the first alcoholic ready-to-drink bubble tea in the world. But also our grab-and-go popping boba.
The craziest thing for me about this boba situation is when Black people were trying to have very serious conversations regarding cultural appropriation, everyone, and I mean everyone, including non-Black people of color, told us that we were overreacting. They're like, oh, braids is not that deep. Hip hop is not that deep. Black culture, specifically Black American culture, now has extended into Black African, Black Caribbean culture. The culture vultures are everywhere in Black culture now. We were told that we're overreacting and that we just need to share our culture and that culture is meant to be shared and that, you know, it'll happen eventually, globalization, this, that, and the third. Now that it's happening to y'all, spa water, cucumber salad, boba, now everybody understands the concept. Now it's a big deal. Now it's disrespectful. Now we need to pay attention to the roots of things. But the same people complaining are the same people that are telling us that we are overreacting. Funny how that happens.
See, I know this happened in Canada and it has to do with white people and Asians and it has nothing to do with Nigeria or Nigerians. I know in Nigeria we have our own problems, but I'm still going to add my own 2 cents. So here we go. Anyway, at this point, you've probably seen this clip from this show, Dragon's Den, I think that's what it's called, where these white people were trying to culturally appropriate boba. And the only member of the panel of judges or the investors, whatever they are called, that had a problem with this product was Simulu because he's Asian and this is a quintessentially Asian product. And everyone was surprised, shocked, that it was another person of color on that panel that supported this product. And it did not surprise me, and I'll tell you why with this story. So back in 2016, when I was doing my master's degree, I was living in London at the time, and I had this other Nigerian friend, and she was on this dating app. I don't remember what the dating app was called, but it was one of those where you don't upload your picture at first. You guys get to talking, and then if you hit it off, then you can exchange pictures, right? So she gets to talking to this guy, and it's like amazing. Like they're talking for like 3 hours straight, no break in communication, because that is how good the chemistry was. So it gets time for them to exchange pictures. She sends hers over and then she asks him to send his. And then he was like, you know what, there's no point in me sending mine over because I don't date Black girls. Sorry, it's just a preference. She was like, okay. And then the conversation ended there. But this, my friend, is an obsessive kind of person, right? So it was weighing on her that somebody said that they don't date Black girls. So she was like, I want to know who is this guy who doesn't date Black girls. So she set up a new account and put the same information that attracted him before, and then she laid in wait. So a few hours pass and he messages her and she puts her best foot forward. She is funny, she is laughing at his jokes, she's engaging, you know, personable, everything. She's perfect. So the time comes to exchange pictures. So she sends him a picture she got off Google of like some random hot white girl. And then he sends his picture and he's Asian, as in Arab Asian, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Kuwait, that kind of Asian. So she says, I'm sorry, I only date white guys. And then he goes off on her that this is the year 2016. He cannot believe racism still exists. That because she's white does not mean that she's better than him as an Arab. This guy was ranting about racism, talking about how it is wrong for her to behave like this. This is somebody who not even 2 hours ago was telling a Black girl that he doesn't date Black girls. But now all of a sudden, he's against racism and discrimination. He's for equal opportunity in the dating scene. And I was sitting there, like she was with me when all this thing was happening. And I was sitting there, I was flabbergasted. So that is why when I see a person of color who isn't black, I don't just automatically assume that they have my back because they probably experience racism. Because for a lot of other people of color, they have this hierarchy in their mind. I have found they have this hierarchy in their mind where it's white people, then maybe Hispanics or Asians, whatever, but white people are at the top and then black people at the bottom and everybody else is in between. And they want to be free to discriminate against black people, but they don't want white people to discriminate against them. So whenever I meet another person of color who isn't black, I take it on a case-by-case basis. Prove to me that you are not racist, because people of color can also be racist towards black people. I have lived in majority white countries before, and I've lived in countries with majority other people of color before, and I can tell you the most overt racism I've ever experienced in my life is from other people of color. So I don't just assume that because they probably experience racism that they have my back, because that is the furthest thing from the truth. So this Manjeet woman who supported these boba people or boba people, whatever they call that product, the fact that she supported them when they were trying to culturally appropriate a product that comes from a fellow Asian country does not surprise me in the least.
I'm not Asian, so maybe this is none of my business, but I'm so sick of white people doing this shit, like I don't know what to do. The way some of y'all will go and see something that a culture or a group of people have been doing, making, eating for God knows how long, okay, and decide that you like it, you enjoy it, you think it's fun, it's cute, it seems like a trendy, hip thing, and then just decide, yoink, it's ours now, like we do this, is sick. Boxer and Bo Derek braids, acting like Hailey Bieber invented brown lip liner. Okay, that white girl who's making them $100 bonnets, deciding that like gold jewelry and name jewelry is not ghetto or trashy anymore. Now it's like cute, fun, and trendy. That white girl who was making mahjong tiles, like that white man that went to study abroad in China and decided he fell in love with Bings and rice crepes and that opened up all them shops is making all that money. Them white boys who were making like traditional Indian menswear for whatever reason. Like, y'all go and take these things, right, that people have been doing for however long and like make some sort of whitewash, bastardized version of it, strip it of all cultural meaning and significance, act like you invented it, okay, or act like some white savior and you're doing like a service to the culture that you took it from by bringing it to the masses, right? Even though like you don't want making money off of it, like the people who invented it, they not getting any of that money that, you know, like them white French Canadian people acting like they invented canned and pre-bottled boba and like the popping boba. Like, bitch, first time I had popping boba, I was in middle school. I'm 35 years old. Like, these people really got on Canadian television. Okay, and we're like, you know, like you order bubble tea, you're like, what's in bubble tea? Like, oh my god, like you don't know what's in it, like what's in it? Ooh, like our bubble tea, you know what's in our bubble tea? It's just water, fruit juice, and tea. Bitch, are you fucking serious? Like the way white people will get up here and act like Asian food and Asian things are so fucking mysterious is racist as shit. Y'all did it with MSG. It was like, bitch, it's salt. Like, tell me, oh, you don't know what's in bubble tea. Bitch, you just listed the ingredients in bubble tea. Okay, water, tea, fruit juice, or, you know, water, milk, tea. Like, what are we talking about? And Simo a little better person than me, because in the truly the nicest way possible, he basically asked them people like, as an Asian person, I would like to ask, what in the hell y'all white asses are doing selling from boba, okay? And the fact these people had the nerve, the unmitigated gall to look this man in the fucking face and say, well, you know, it's no longer like an ethnic product, is so insane. I don't know why we have to explain this to white people every couple of months, okay? But just because you are just now finding out about something does not mean that it's new. Does not mean it's just like some hot new trend that you need to jump onto and while it's still profitable so you can make some money. No. It's new to you. It's not new to everybody else or to the culture of people who've been doing it for fucking years. And to sit up there and act like you improved on it, like, well, ours is healthy, you know, that other bubble tea is not healthy. It's so fucking racist. Like, I really don't think, like, I don't know if y'all hear yourselves when you say shit like that, because you're basically saying like those people, you know, the ones that like invented it and been doing it for like however fucking long, clearly don't know what they're doing. Our ingredients, what we're doing, obviously it's better, obviously it's healthy, obviously the materials or everything are better. Like, their product is inferior. You have, like, ours is better for you. Like, of course it's better for you. It's crazy. And the fact that the other two people of color on that panel they sat there and looked at Simu Liu like he was tripping, like he was out of bounds for saying all the things that he very rightly and should have came at those people and questioned them on would piss me off. And to sit up there and act like Simu is wrong for asking these white people who are making a very Asian thing what about their product is Asian is not an inappropriate question. And the fact that the person who gave them money was another person of color, like, oh.
Now, it is one thing to open up a pho restaurant as a non-Vietnamese person. And if you don't know what pho is not just a Vietnamese dish. It is the national dish of Vietnam, which is a delicious, like, bone broth soup with noodles and vegetables. It's so fucking delicious. And if you want to open up a pho restaurant, do it respectfully, do it well, fine. But it is some next level fucking audacity to be a white person who opens up a pho restaurant and then goes so far as to try and not try and trademark, to actually successfully trademark the word pho so you can sue smaller Vietnamese businesses who try to use the word pho in their business name. And now, mind you, pho is just a general term for this soup. It would be like if I tried to trademark the word burger or pizza. But Stephen and Julia Wall, they did it. They trademarked the word pho in the UK. And this user, Yen, she did a video about, pho being trademarked and the restaurant that did it. But she also went and found out that the trademark is still very much active, which effectively means that at any point, if you open a pho restaurant in the UK, these two people can sue you for using the word pho in your business name. So what Yen is trying to do is reach out to Pho Trading and is requesting that they drop the trademark because it's fucking ridiculous that they even have it, that they were even allowed to have it. And if they refuse, she's going to go ahead and pay the $200 to submit an invalidation form to challenge the trademark at the Intellectual Property Office. I think that's fucking great. And I would like to send her as much support as I possibly can. And I think if you have a minute, you should go over to Pho Restaurant UK and let them know that you think that they should do the right thing too. The word pho belongs to Vietnamese people and they should be allowed to use it whenever the fuck they want.
From an early age, we are taught that the great minds of history, Galileo, Newton, Edison, and the Wright brothers were the ones who moved civilization forward. And while their contributions were significant, history conveniently leaves out the non-European inventors, thinkers, and civilizations that laid the foundation for many of these breakthroughs. This is called Eurocentrism, telling history through the lens of European supremacy. Many inventions credited to white individuals actually have roots in non-European culture. Take mathematics, often attributed to the Greeks, but deeply developed by the Egyptians and Babylonians long before. The concept of the number zero. That came from ancient India. Paper, printing, and gunpowder invented in China. Even the first successful heart surgery was performed by Dr. Daniel A. Williams, a black American, in 1893, yet his name is barely mentioned in history books. The idea that one group of people invented everything ignores the reality that human progress is collective. Knowledge has always been shared across cultures. The so-called Age of Enlightenment in Europe, it was fueled by knowledge preserved by African and Middle Eastern scholars while Europe was going through the Dark Ages. Civilization has always been a global effort. So why does this might continue? Simple: power and control. When you convince the world that your group is responsible for all progress, you justify dominance. It is the same reason why ancient Egypt and African civilization is often portrayed as somehow separate from the rest of Africa. It is also why Hollywood and the media continues to push the image of white inventors while downplaying black, indigenous, and non-European contributions. It is time to set the record straight. Innovation has never been exclusive to one race or region. The more we uncover hidden histories, the closer we get to a full picture of human achievement. If you are interested in learning the real history of invention and discovery, start questioning the narrative you have been told and do your own research. The truth is powerful, and the more we expose historical might, the more we empower future generations to see themselves as innovators, thinkers, and creators. What are some inventions you have learned had hidden origins? Drop them in the comments. Hit that like button and do not forget to subscribe for more content. Until next time, cheers and have a good one.